It is Wednesday night, and it's time for Super Geeked Up! What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining us. This is Super Geeked Up, your live weekly geeky pop culture show. My name is Jeff. Thank you so much for geeking out with us. I'm joined by my co-host, Jordan Noel.
Hello, my friends.
All right, that was very formal. And we have the awesome Jennifer Nangle as our guest tonight. Hey, Jen.
Hi.
All right, we're going to talk to her in just a second. We have an awesome show lined up. We're going to play Geeky Tinder, where we're going to decide if we would swipe right or left on some fictional characters. We're going to do superhero tweets, where we're going to decide, like, characters like Batman and Deadpool, what would they tweet about Donald Trump? So that should be interesting. And we got plenty of geeky movie news to talk about as well. All right, so we like to kick things off, though, with what's called the Geeky Trilogy. Jordan, what is our Geeky Trilogy?
So our Geeky Trilogy tonight is what would you rather do? Spend a night in a haunted house, go through the Temple of Doom with Indiana Jones, but with a million insects crawling all over you, or try to escape a crazy psycho killer like Jason or Michael Myers? Jeff, what would you do?
So I actually came up with these questions, by the way, and it was kind of more probably what you don't want to do, but it was themed to kind of what Jen is going to talk about later.
I love them!
I figured you would. It was just for you. I don't want to do any of these fucking things at all, but if I'm going to have to choose one of these, I'm going to spend a night in a haunted house, because I do love going to haunted houses, but not like I'm in not like a real actual haunted house. That would be terrifying. But I would still go to that. I would still do that over. There's no way I'm out of fucking million insects. That's just no, absolutely not happening. And no, I don't want to have frickin' Jason from Friday the 13th coming after me either. So I'm gonna go with the haunted house.
All right, so Jen, what would you choose?
Oh my god. Okay, so I definitely don't want insects all over me. So this is really hard for me. I don't know. I really love haunted houses, but I have a special place in my heart for Mr. Voorhees. So
really? Wait,
I do.
like
I
you
love Jason.
want to date him?
No.
I think that's awesome, because honestly, I have seen every single Michael Myers movie. I've seen every single Friday the 13th movie, and I absolutely love them. And personally, I would probably be fine. You probably would be fine too, Jen, because it's always like that pretty girl. Like, I know I'm calling myself pretty here.
Oh, hey, but
superficial, I get it. But, like, basically, like, only one, like, the pretty girl, like, the pretty average girl, not the super hot girl. Well, I guess you'd be dead, Jen. So I'd be alive. Like, the average pretty girl usually, like, lives. So, Jen, you're dead, and I live. But honestly, I'd rather spend a night in a haunted house. I think that that's awesome, and it wouldn't even be my first time. But also, I'm not really that afraid of insects or bugs. Like, I know that's super weird, but I'm really not. Like, I've honestly had like tarantulas and stuff like crawling all over me before. Like I I did an endangered species animal and like amphibian exhibit and like insect exhibit. Like I was like volunteering with it. So like they put like this tarantula on my neck and I loved it. I had like a snake climbing all over me. I thought it was the best thing ever.
No, thank you.
But I would definitely go with a haunted house. But let's see what some of our fans say, shall we?
Yeah, by the way, if you're watching live, please do tweet us at SuperGeekUp, #SGU. So, Jordan, though, you just gave me, number one, you're fucking weird because you like bugs, but number two, you gave me some great advice that, so if a crazy person like Jason or somebody's chasing me, my plan is going to be to throw Jen to them, right? So she'll get killed and I'll survive.
Jen, you're dead.
You're too hot. I
like
guess
that
I'm just dead either way, right?
Right.
You're just too hot. Like, I'm going to live and you're going to die.
And I'll be all good.
But, Jeff, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not going to go there.
I had a feeling we were going to go, but okay, good.
But yeah, Jen, you're dead and I'm going to live. Jeff is most likely dead too, though, because, like, all the guys die.
That shit is true.
In the last Friday the 13th movie, didn't it have like Jared Padalecki and I probably just castrated his last name. Yeah, and I forget what the other girl's name is, but his sister lived, and she was like that average. And I feel like I kind of look like her. But the super hot girl that he was trying to date, she was dead. So Jen, you're out. You're just dead. I'm sorry.
I love coming on this show. Yeah. Oh my god, my ego just boosts right up. Excellent.
So on Twitter.
I mean, if dying makes you happy.
Dying hot. It's a good thing. Dying hot. I like
That
it.
is a pretty great thing. All right, Jeff.
On
Talk
Twitter,
to us better tweets.
yeah, Honky Tonk Buffalo says, depends. Would Cape Capshaw be in the Temple of Doom? If so, I'll take the slasher killer. Okay, Ryan Ward says, in a haunted house built over the Temple of Doom with a million insects covered with Jason chasing me. So he would just combine all three, apparently.
He's just going for it all.
He's, well,
Yeah,
right.
just like
You're
balls to the walls. I'll take it all. Like I'm fearless. Just
he
slap
is,
it at
man.
me. Slap it at me.
Necrodia says, quick, someone send her a box full of live spiders. Well, Jordan would love that, apparently.
I would. Honestly, I feel like that'd be a really kick-ass photo shoot. And since I do modeling, I'd just be like, slap them at me.
Slap them at you?
Slap.
Why would you be slapping spiders?
Because I just like the feeling of bugs being slapped at me. I was on a motorcycle ride earlier, and I only had like the half helmet, so it's just like the top, which was my first time actually ever having like one of those helmets. And I really was like waiting for bugs to just be smacking me in the face. They actually didn't because there was like a visor over like the bike, so like they flew over us. But I was like really ready, just like. Right,
also on Twitter, that was a fascinating story. Thank you for sharing that. Also on Twitter, at Lister's Mate says, I could handle haunted house. I've dealt with the paranormal. Ooh. Anthony, are you a Ghostbuster?
Ooh.
Who are we going to call? Anthony.
Yeah. By the way, so Jen says hi, Anthony. She told me.
Oh, hi, Anthony.
Yes.
Hi.
I say hi as well. Thank you for watching. All right, there was our Geeky Trilogy. Please feel free to keep sending in your answers, or if you're watching in post, let us know. Tweet at @SuperGeeked Up, #SGU. So wait, what was it? 2 haunted houses, and what did you wanted? Oh, you wanted Jason. That's right, Jen. Yeah, okay, I got it.
She wants to die hot. That's okay. It's like Pretty Little Liars. Isn't that the show like where you die good looking or something?
Is it?
Isn't that like the central theme of Pretty Little Liars? I died looking hot. I don't know. I didn't make it.
Oh, all right. I didn't know that was the log line of that show.
I don't know. Honestly, I didn't really watch that show very much. Yeah. It lost me.
Okay. So, all right. Anyway, let's. So yes, Jen Nangle is here with us from Demonic Attachment, which is a really cool short film. Actually, we're going to talk more about that later, though, and she's been very successful with that recently. So we're going to hear all about that in a little bit. But thank you, Jen, for being here.
Thank you, Jen.
Oh.
Thank you for having
me.
And before we get into
I'll die hot any day.
Yeah. Before we get into our other geeky games we're going to do Geeky Tinder in just a minute, I would like to just officially, you've seen her the last couple of weeks, but officially welcome on Jordan Noel as a regular co-host now on Super Geeked Up.
Yay!
So welcome,
Woo! Everybody, I know you're overwhelmed right now. You probably are just like, yes! High-fiving each other in that world. You're welcome.
Slapping their faces with bugs.
With spiders. That's what they're doing. They're like, this is so great. Oh, my God.
After last week.
They're like, I was saving this container of spiders just for this moment. Let me rip it open.
Somebody's going to come up to us at one of the Comic-Cons and just start throwing bugs at me.
Oh, dude, this is absolutely this is going to happen sometime. You just, yes, totally made that happen.
We're going to be at one of the Comic-Cons, and they're going to have like a poster of me and a bug.
That's not good at all, actually, because I'm going to be on stage with you, and they're going to fucking throw it at me, and I'm going to fucking run away, is what I'm going to do.
All right, you just figured out how to make Jeff go away and make me the spotlight on stage.
It's terrible.
All the bugs. That'd be great. I hope somebody, like, makes like a poster with me and like a bug. I would really like that. I'll sign that shit.
All right, so yes, please welcome Jordan onto the show.
Yes.
And to send her pictures of bugs.
Tweet me, send me love.
Don't send them to me.
Tweet me and send me love. Whatever Jeff doesn't enjoy, I pretty much always enjoy. So.
That is very true, actually. That's an accurate statement.
So yes, I mean, after last week was so successful because it was brought to you by Liquid Courage and Jordan's boobs, I had to become a staple on the show.
That's right, and that's absolutely why you became a regular on the show. Yes,
that is actually it is. It's just that's summed up.
On Twitter, Necrodia says, "I have lived in haunted and demon-possessed homes. Not fun. LOL." All right. Well, hey, we're gonna hear from our guest who's also had experiences in that a little later on. So stick around for that. All right. So let's see. And Necrodia says, "Yes, the fuck counter is back. That's 2 so far." Yep, I have dropped 2 so far. I think it's gonna be a big one today. All right, here we go. Let's do, hey, it's time for Geeky Tinder, right, Jordan?
Oh, yay! Okay, so our next segment is going to be Geeky Tinder, where we take fictional characters and we decide if we'd swipe left or we'd swipe right. And I'm super excited about this.
Hey, why don't you
I've
tell
actually,
people-
I've
yeah.
never Tindered, but
Me neither.
oh, awesome! It's a good group.
First time for everything.
Tell people though, what does right or left mean for those who have not used Tinder?
So
Yeah, because I got to
right-
remember this.
Good. Okay. So left means ugh, no, just absolutely not. You're gross.
Okay.
I don't want to talk to you. Right
Okay.
means yes. Let's get up later.
Alrighty.
Let's Netflix and chill. So that's basically what it means. But tonight's version is so amazing because we've got a bunch of fictional characters, a lot of whom I would actually join Tinder if they were actually on. So.
And
I
if you're
can't
watching,
wait.
by the way, if you're watching live, folks, of course, play along and tell us if you would go right or left and what character that would be.
Yes, please. All right. So our first, I don't know, not really contestant, I guess. Our first Tindery person is Darth Vader. Jeff, would you swipe left or right?
For Darth Vader? All right, so it's kind of a tough one because Darth Vader is the greatest villain that's ever been created. But I think I'm going to have to go left. He has a lot of, I think, emotional issues, and he's very robotic in many parts. I don't know exactly what parts those go to so I don't know. I just don't really want to find that out, to be honest with you. So, no, I'm going to left.
Jeez, Jeff, take it into a weird area here.
Look, you got to consider all this stuff. It's very
All right, what
important.
you fantasize about at your home is your business. Jen, what would you do? Swipe left or right?
I'm swiping right because I like some bad boys.
Oh, all right.
Ooh, see, she's turned on by the robotic part.
She would be like, yes, please force choke me while we...
Ooh, oh my God, Jeff, I was going to swipe left, but now I'm thinking I might swipe right. Personally, I honestly, though, as much as I love Darth Vader, and I really do, I would swipe left only because I can't compete with his ex-wife's ghost. Like, he will forever be obsessed with Padme, and I'm not going to try to compete with that.
Well,
so
maybe you could be the one who finally replaces her, and then he goes to the light side. He doesn't have to go through all the other shit and throw the Emperor down the fucking shaft.
Maybe, but I also don't want to be sitting there like, are you thinking of her? Like, are you touching me with the Force, and you're thinking about her? Like, are you picturing her head on me?
I didn't.
Like,
by the way,
in your mind?
that's an excellent use of the Force. I didn't think about that.
Exactly. So I'm like, I don't want to think about that. So for me, it's a no. But your grandson Kylo Ren, call me.
You got me.
Like, you
Are
got
you kidding
emotional
me?
issues.
Dude, that fucking emo loser.
We all know Jordan's type now. It's an emo loser. He's like a little nerdy, a little sensitive. Like, he just needs a hug, and I feel like I can help him through it. I don't give a fuck. That guy would be my boyfriend. So fast. I can't. Oh, he's so cute. He's just like, he's also not super pretty, and I don't know why I like that. I like, I know this is gonna sound really weird, but I like teeth that aren't completely like normal. Like I like imperfections, and he's got like that cute, like weird smile. I know that sounds really weird.
You like
but
pirates, like with all their rotten teeth?
I didn't say that. All I said was I like the crooked, like I like imperfection. I find perfection in the imperfect, and he's 100% my type. He's got emotional issues, and I just feel like I could heal him in all the right ways.
Oh, I bet you can. So on Twitter, Lister's mate Anthony Davis says, "Swipe left for Vader. He's the Nancy boy of all Star Wars. Swipe right for Khan." That's a terrible tweet, Anthony. Nancy boy of all Star Wars.
I feel like Kylo Ren is the Nancy boy.
Actually, no, I know. Anthony doesn't like Star Wars. He loves Star Trek. So Khan is, yes. I'm with you on Khan. But no, Vader fucking kicks Khan's ass.
All right. We're enough with Darth Vader. So our next person would be Lois Lane. Jeff?
Oh, fucking hard right. Hell yeah.
A hard right. He would
Lois?
give it to her hard and to the right.
Right, yes, because I went to the right. So, yeah, dude, Lois is fucking hot. She's super smart. She's resourceful. The only thing bad about her, she can't spell. So then but I'm a tutor, so I could help her with her spelling. After
I'm sure you can help her with a lot of things, Jeff.
Yeah, yes, that's right. Thank you. This is going in a very bizarre way. This game.
You put me in charge of this game, and I'm not sure.
Well, that was the big mistake,
happen.
I see. But all right,
you
let's
put
keep going.
me in charge of the dating game.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
All right, Jen. So would you swipe left or right for Lois Lane?
Let's go right.
Yeah.
A hot lady. She's got great taste in men. And
that's true too.
I'm sure she's a great hugger.
A great hugger.
If that's what turns you on, lady, I ain't judging. For me, I'm actually gonna swipe left.
You go left. What the hell is wrong
left.
with you?
She just doesn't do it for me.
Well, wait. Brad Chapman on Twitter says, which Lois Lane? That's a good question. So, definitely if it's, so my favorite, Smallville is one of my favorite series. So if it's Erica Durant's from Smallville, hell yeah.
Hard left. Hard left.
You're terrible.
I don't care. Hard left. I don't know why. I didn't like her. I just
You didn't like her in Smallville? Oh, she was so good. She's like my favorite Lois. She might be my favorite Lois.
I didn't, nope. I mean, like, I never really got into Smallville, honestly. Like, I like Superman, but it's not, like, one of my favorite superheroes by any means.
All right, that's fine. All right, what's the next one?
Okay, so our next one is Tony Stark. If you like an asshole, this man is for you. How about you, Jeff?
Well, boy,
like
don't I like assholes? No, I'm going left on Tony Stark, and the reason is, yeah, dude, the guy, I mean, look, he's a genius, but he's a fucking playboy, right? And he sleeps with everyone, and he's arrogant and conceited, and I think he's just going to tell me how great he is all the time, and, you know, I don't need to hear that.
That is true, Jeff. He probably would be sitting there telling you about how great he is. All right, Jen, what would you do?
I'm going right. He's got a lot of money.
Oh! Well, Louie learned who her type is. Man, if you've got money, you've got her pants. All right.
Wait, what about you?
Me? I'm gonna swipe left because that arrogant, self-conceited type has never been my type. My type is, honest to God, the sweet, awkward, nerdy guys. I'm not even kidding. It's always been my type. Like, I was a varsity cheerleader, and like, I could never date like any of the football players or any of the jocks. It just completely turned me off. Me, I like a guy who likes magic and Star Wars and, like, you know, household appliances, stuff like that.
Well, I'll tell you, Loot. Like, hey, man, I wish more people said things like you.
I do. I love it. I love it.
Like me and every other guy, very happy. So.
I love my geeky guys. Like, if you love Star Wars, I love you. So our next person, actually related to Tony Stark, is actually Pepper Potts.
Right.
The one that changed his whole life around. So, Jeff.
Definitely right on Pepper. Pepper's cool. Again, she's super smart. I like smart girls. And yeah. I mean, come on. I cannot like Pepper.
So, Jen, how about Pepper Potts?
I'm going left. She's too much.
Well, I guess that's how you don't like her.
She's too much competition. And
oh, well, because you like Tony. All right, I see.
Tony's the man because he's got money. So.
On Twitter, by the way, Necrodia says, "Wow, I am sweet, awesome, and nerdy. Triple threat." Oh well.
Oh.
I'm actually, just so everybody knows, I am sort of involved with somebody. Sorry, boys.
Well, that's really. I'm sorta, kinda, maybe involved with somebody.
And he does love magic, so.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, you're going.
But if that ever changes, I'll let you guys know, and I'll jump on Tinder.
All right, who's next? Wait. What about you and Pepper?
Me, I'm sorry, but she seems like she's just too full of herself, and I'm just, again, like, she's got, like, even though she's not on the level that Tony Stark is on the arrogance, she still is kind of full of herself, so it's a left for me. However, our next person is a hard right. Poison Ivy. Girl, I'm about that. She's fucking sexy. She loves the environment. She's fucking badass. She's got that fucking outfit. I'm about that. So, Jeff, how about you and Poison Ivy?
Hell yes. I am totally with you on that. Poison Ivy, I think, is one of the sexiest. What?
Just sexy. Just like, ugh.
No, she's one of the sexiest characters in comics, I think. I've always thought she's super hot. Yeah, I don't care. She doesn't even have to use her freaking breath on me. I'm all there.
Same. All right, Jen, how are you feeling about Poison Ivy?
Super right. She's hot. Yep. She's feisty.
Love it. We finally have one that we all agree.
Yeah, it's the first one we all agreed on, right? All right, go look at that, Poison Ivy. Well, I can understand that. She is absolutely one of the hottest.
She's just fucking smoking. Like, if I could just watch her and Harley Quinn get it on, like, my life might be complete. And that's coming from a straight chick. But damn, would that be fierce.
I agree with that.
I feel like there's probably porn websites that actually try to, like, mimic that.
Probably.
Please don't send me links. I don't want to actually see the links, guys. But that would be really hot. All right, so moving right along. How about Jen? How do you feel about Chewbacca? How do you feel about the furry man?
Oh, I would super go right. Cuddly, adorable, love.
All right, you're into bestiality. I like it. Jeff?
Chewbacca is awesome, but yeah, I think I gotta go left. I think he's more like he's like your best buddy and like your faithful companion,
I'd
not
friend zone
really.
the shit out of him. I love Chewbacca, but I'm sorry, you're being friend zoned. I just want to cuddle you, like hang out, maybe watch some movies, but like not actually chill, like just Netflix. Yeah, I'm sorry, you're friend zoned.
I want to see like a picture now.
Buddy.
Yeah, I want to see a picture with Chewbacca like stuck in the friend zone. Like that's Chewbacca's he's always stuck.
Oh yeah, but he's so adorable. But yeah, he's friend zoned for sure. All right.
Before we go on to the next one, Brad Chapman on Twitter said left or right on Deadpool. We actually did that the first time we played Geeky Tinder, Brad. So you should go back and watch that show. But real fast, I guess. Here, we'll do it right here. We didn't do it with you guys. I'm left on. Shit, was I? I don't even remember what I was. I'm going left because he's too fucking crazy, and he always gets shot and gets injured a million times, and that means I'm fucking getting shot and dying, unlike he who's gonna heal himself.
All right, Jen. How do you feel about Deadpool?
Ugh. See, I like the crazy, feisty bad boyness, but his skin would just irritate me. I think I gotta go.
Like it would give you a rash because it's so rough? Or?
It would just make me want to like put a lot of lotion and cream it and fix it. I don't know.
That can be very arousing.
True.
That sounds like a great foreplay.
He would enjoy that.
We'll go right. We're going right on Deadpool.
All right. Since I haven't seen the movie and all I know about him is the comics, I'm just gonna not say anything because I don't know yet. I know, and everybody that's out there is like, "Oh my God, she hasn't seen the movie yet." Like, relax. I'm getting to it. I'm gonna see it this week, maybe even tomorrow.
That's exactly how they said it too. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, Jordan, what are you doing with your life? All right. So this one is actually kind of random, Jeff.
Yeah, I like throwing random ones in. So there.
The Fonz.
So like the Fonz from Happy Days, yeah.
Yes. Monday Happy Days.
Happy. All right. I think
Either one of you, don't jump up at once.
I'm going to go left on this too. Again, I think because the Fonz is a little too cocky. I'm more of a Richie Cunningham type of guy, I think. So I think I'm going left on the Fonz.
Jen?
I'm going left. The whole A is just way too an attention whore, and I'm the attention whore.
Jordan, he does have a motorcycle, Jordan, so that should be like that.
Oh, that is... first of all, I've only probably watched one episode because it was kind of before my time. But, I know, I can't get over the cockiness. I would just take his bike and just leave. Like, I can drive it myself. I ride. Like, I drive. So I'll just take your bike, I'll take your jacket, and I'm now the Fonz. I'm a way sexier Fonz.
Okay, all right, there you go.
I'll be the Fonz. All right, so we got one last person.
All right, before you do that, on Twitter, by the way, Brad, so I just want to say, Brad, yes, he said he's been away for a while, but he's trying to catch up. Thank you. It is great to see you back. Brad Chapman actually helped us out for a long time with social media for the show.
Welcome back!
Yeah, it's awesome to have you watching live. I've seen you the last couple weeks, so thanks, Brad.
Welcome back, Brad.
All right, what's the last one? Oh, I know. I came up with this one. This is my favorite.
I read this and I was like, wow, Jeff.
And you kind of dressed her like you kind of got the classic tank tops that she would have on too.
Do I?
Yeah, it's that color. That's the color of it.
All right. So our last person is Lara Croft.
Yes, absolutely. Like could not be any more right on this character than ever. Lara Croft is my favorite video game character, probably just about ever. She rocks. And particularly the reboot versions of her are fantastically and so well written and done.
Okay.
Super right.
Yeah, yeah, Jen, you know what it is.
She's hot. She's in shape. She rocks it.
Yeah, she goes on also she could take me on these awesome archaeological adventures because I was an ancient history major, so she'd be going all these cool things I could get to see that I would love seeing.
Hell yeah.
So
it would never be a dull moment.
That's for sure.
So for me, it actually so as long as it's not the Angelina Jolie version, if it's like the real version of her, yeah. I would swipe right. As long as it's not Angelina Jolie.
Go the video. The video game's the original. Go video game.
Yeah, if it was the video game, yeah, because that girl looks like she's gonna dominate me, and I'm just like, take me home, baby. Just take me home. Take me there. I'm just like, and she's got really big boobs, and as everybody knows now, I like really big boobs. I just like they're fun bags. You're like, there's nobody in the world that's like, oh, boobs. I mean, I'm sure there actually are some people who are like, ugh, boobs. But, like, even, like, my really, really awesome gay best friend Dylan, he loves boobs, too. It's a universal thing. You just want to touch them. I'm straight, but you just want to, like, touch them.
This is the weirdest.
What say you, Jeff? What say you? You just want to touch him?
No, actually, I'm one of those weird people. I'm like, oh, God, gross boobs. Like every week when Jordan shows up, I'm like, Jordan, oh, my God, please, put something,
Please,
cover yourself up.
Anything.
I'm gonna vomit. It's so gross.
Actually, you know
it's
what?
really wrong. The biggest challenge of doing the show is having to see her cleavage.
It's really just, it's a difficult thing. He honestly almost didn't want me as his new official co-host. He was like, your boobs, I don't know.
Much.
It's
we
too
had
much.
to compromise on how much she was going to show. And
So I'm going to be right back momentarily.
That
So
scares
I'm going
me
to let
a lot.
you two.
That really scares me. I don't know what you're
You
about
should
to do.
be very scared, but I'm going to be back momentarily.
All right.
All right.
So let me share some tweets.
Okay.
I don't know if she's just going to the bathroom or she's actually going to do something really disturbing. So it's very just. Here's live TV, folks. All right. Anyway, on Twitter, Necrodia says Jeff has a hard right for Richie Cunningham. Yes, I do. That's right. I like Richie Cunningham. There you
Good
go.
He's clean cut. He's got a wholesome family. I see it.
Thank you. That's what I like. Necrodia says, please tell us more, Jordan. Oh, well, yeah, I bet. Brad Chapman says, yes on the video game Croft 2. All right. Oh, and Archjuice tweeted out, to Mark Pazula, who, has hosted the show before. He says, dang, Mark Pazula, you were missing the best boob conversation ever. Oh, Mark. Oh, Brad likes the Jolie version of Croft 2, though. I like Angelina Jolie. But I like the video game version better. What had just happened here? Now what are you wearing? Are you wearing your pajamas? I know you've told me about these. What are those?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles!
What did your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle onesie, though, have to do with anything we were talking about?
I'm covered up.
There's no cleavage anymore.
You are. You know what? I'm going to get so much.
Everyone on the internet right now hates your guts.
I know. I'm going to get so much hate mail now. Everybody's going to fucking tweet me now. They're so mad. Great. Thanks a lot for getting all this hate mail sent to me.
You told me to, even my face!
All right, fine. That is cool. That is a cool onesie, though.
I was going to put on my Batman's, but that has a cape, and you couldn't see the cape. And then I'd want to go be a superhero, and then I'd have to go to Gotham, and then I couldn't be on the show, so.
You can still be on the show. Oh, and there they are again.
Hey.
All right, yep.
And they're back!
That was okay, we had 30 seconds. That was a record, folks. All right. Hey, I think it's time for a commercial break. So, if you're watching the recorded version or listening to the podcast, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back right after this.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Super Geeked Up, where Jeff is probably a little bit hated for making me put away my boobs, but don't worry, y'all. They're back.
What a nice way to bring people back. And frankly, if they just started watching, they're like, what the hell is happening? What is going on in this show? All right, so before we talk more to Jen about her project, and we're going to plenty of other cool stuff we're going to do our Geek Tweet. We're going to do Geeky News and Superhero Tweets. But first, let me give a few shout-outs to a couple people who have been very, very supportive of Super Geeked Up, and we really appreciate it. First, a super geeky thank you to our Patreon, Team KLI. Maria Duran, who watches Super Geeked Up every week, is a marketing coach on the team and provides real-time marketing and relationship building that gets results. For more about how they can promote you, your business, or your show, visit teamkli.com. Check them out. Maria's been amazing supporter of us, and she contributes every week to Patreon, so thank you very much, Maria. Thank you to everybody, by the way, out there who's contributing to our Patreon page. Your monthly pledges really, really are appreciated and help us. And as you can see, I have a new mic, new webcam, so we are putting that to good use. So we appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Let me give one more shout out to a good buddy, Rod T. Faulkner, over at the Seventh Matrix. If you don't know what this is, the Seventh Matrix is actually a really awesome site. He covers tons of sci-fi and fantasy web series and short films.
Guides web series.
Yeah, he's talked about guides, right? That's
he talks about guides, yeah.
He was very. He's talking about Super Knocked Up. Here's the thing: like, if you're looking for some awesome sci-fi stuff that's not, that you may not have heard of before because it's not on TV or something, he's gonna find it for you. Like, I've discovered so many awesome shows, films through his site. So, Seventh Matrix. It's the seventhmatrix.com. That's with the number 7, not spelled out, but the 7thmatrix.com. And he also just recently has a book out, the 200 best online sci-fi short films. You can get that on his site, and guess what? You can pay whatever you want, and you can get the book. So you can't beat that deal. So check seventhmatrix.com. Thank you, Rod. Rod's been awesome, and he's been helping actually put us in touch with some awesome guests for our show as well. So check him out. All right, cool. All right, here we go. Let's talk to Miss Jen Nangle now. All right, so this is her second time, I think. No, well, that's not true, because one time she actually guest co-hosted when I was at Comic-Con. It was very kind of her.
That's right.
This is your third time on the show.
It is.
Very nice. Cool. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So, yes, before she was on for the show Guides, like she mentioned, which is a super cool web series. But now she has a new short film called Demonic Attachment. You want to tell people about that?
Yes, it's a horror short film. I know it's not super geeky, but it's horror.
Horror is geeky. Our fans love horror.
All right, good. All right, that I fit right in no matter what I do. This is awesome.
I'm down for this life. Ignore me. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
What are you? Hey, can you let our guests talk about our show?
I'm quiet.
Okay.
Pretty much it's a short film that I made to want to make a feature, kind of get the information out there. And basically it's about a woman who, after seeing countless doctors and not getting any answers, turns to the last person that can help her. And what they find out does haunt her for the rest of her life. It's pretty much having a demonic attachment. So anybody that's into the paranormal world, you know what a demonic attachment is. It's pretty much when a demon attaches itself to you and just pretty much sucks the life out of you. So it can get bigger and stronger and do whatever it needs to do. So I look really hot throughout the whole film.
She looks really hot just in general, people.
That's true.
Like,
we've already established that.
She's saying that like on the show, like looking fierce as fuck. Like she's like, I looked really hot. Like I know.
So wait, are you
like,
saying
Jason
though?
doesn't kill me.
Are you saying when the demon like possesses you, you get even hotter? Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah, I get even.
I'm gonna watch
hotter.
this. I want to watch it. I'm so excited.
Well, that makes sense, I guess, right? 'Cause didn't I don't watch Supernatural, but didn't all the people go crazy when Dean was like possessed by a demon like last season or something?
Mhm.
Yeah. All right, so there you go.
It's kind of got that supernatural feel, yeah. Yeah.
I've never watched the show Supernatural.
All right. Well,
oh my God, it's great.
We're talking about demonic attachment. That's even better.
Oh, true. Yes, we are. So pretty much a lot of the film is based on the true story of the haunted house that I grew up in. So I bring a lot of I grew up in the small town of Danvers, which has a lot of history with the Salem witches and everything like that. So I bring a lot of history into the film as well. So
yeah. Now, you said you actually the house you grew up in as a kid was actually haunted?
It still is. Yes. Yeah. The family that bought it from my family still lives in it, and they have seen very similar things that we have. And when I was researching for the film, I got in touch with the town historian, and he gave me a whole bunch of information. And unfortunately, some of it I can't talk about because I'm putting it into the feature. But a lot of the information that I found out from the town historian is making complete and utter sense to the things that we've witnessed and seen and dealt with. So it's really, really, really cool. It's really cool to kind of fit the pieces together. And I'm also going to incorporate a lot of the town history. Like Danvers was one of the first towns to have a mental asylum. So
wow.
Yeah, so I'm incorporating that into the feature as well. And just really, really, I just love films based on like history where you can go back and like research stuff and see like the actual true events that happen. So
me too. This is awesome. Like I am so intrigued by this. Like this is amazing. I love that. I love movies that are actually historically based.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be your biggest fan because I'm going to watch this.
Well, thank you, Jordan.
I will. I'm going to be like, everybody watch it with me.
She's like already your biggest fan. She's telling everyone like how hot you
Oh,
are.
she's so hot.
Yeah.
Like,
She just wants me around so that I'll die and she can survive, but...
I mean, I'm not going to confirm nor deny that. But
So Jen, can you cite any of the stuff that you did happen when you were growing up in the house?
What I can tell you is that I did have an imaginary friend, which I incorporated into the short film. And from the information that I've heard, I've heard the stories throughout the years, and the research that I've done, I've kind of connected it to possibly it being like a person that has passed away in the house. But I'm not 100% sure. But I can also tell you that there have been full body apparitions seen.
oh wow.
My dad totally saw a full body apparition, and then the people that live in the house now, who unfortunately want nothing to do with this project, they don't want anybody to know that they've kind of seen this stuff, but they have seen a full body apparition as well. So I don't know if it's residual energy that's going on, or if their spirits still exist. And there's also a really cool thing too. The way that the house was kind of built was that obviously throughout the years there was additions that were add on to it. So a lot of times if there were any footsteps that people would hear, you would kind of hear it go up the front steps and into the house and then down the hallway. And it was like a straight shoot from the front door all the way down to the kitchen. So to get into the kitchen, you would have to take a step down. And that kitchen area was all an addition. So whenever we would hear footsteps, it would stop right before it would go into the kitchen.
Oh,
so,
wow.
We don't know if it's because it's not something that they're used to, if it's because they don't see the new addition there. I mean, I don't know, but it's a really interesting thing that goes on. So
that's fascinating.
Yeah.
So wait, did that freak you out growing up there?
I only lived in the house until I was 6. So I don't really remember too much. My mom, I know when my dad owned the house prior to marrying my mom, so roommates, he rented it out to a couple of people who had some situations. My aunt lived in the house. So there was a lot of stories that were going on. But I know that and my mom had known about all these things that happened. So when she got married to my dad and moved in, she walked into the house and she was like, nobody talk to me. I don't want to see you. I don't want to hear you. I don't want anything. So she was always left alone. But a lot of times, my grandfather would work in the house a lot, in the basement and stuff, and he was always the one that heard the footsteps. My uncle heard the footsteps a lot. So I guess there was a lot of walking around going on in the house. But
so it sounds like they weren't malignant, they weren't necessarily evil spirits.
They were kind of demonic. No, I mean, I created a lot of the haunted horrorness to the film, but I definitely wanted to use a lot of the real history that was involved in it. Yeah.
But you just added maybe necessarily a different tone.
Exactly. Yeah.
You didn't make anything up. You just changed the tone of their spirit. I like that.
Added a little bit here and there. Yeah.
And that's good. I was just curious. I was I don't know if maybe there was because it seems like they had kept your family kept the house for quite a while, and then these people have obviously lived in it since you were 6 years old.
Since then, yeah.
So I couldn't imagine that it was this frightening experience where they're trying to really harm anybody. But it was from what I understand, whenever the full body apparition would come about, it would kind of be oh, there's a person there. Oh, there's a person there. Oh, I can see through this person. And then by the time they realized that they were seeing an apparition or a ghost, they were gone. Okay.
So a lot of times it wasn't anything that was fearful or anything. But it was always, you could always feel a presence that was there. My grandmother once tried to have a psychic come to the house and kind of try and figure out what was going on, and the psychic was late and she didn't even end up wanting to go into the house. She just was kind of nope, I'm not going in, thanks. And I don't know what was said, but yeah, she wouldn't go in. So
wow.
Interesting. Yeah.
That's really fascinating.
We have a
Yeah.
question for you on Twitter from Anthony Davis at Lister's Mate. You need to tell me, did your experience affect your spirituality?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
No, it didn't. I mean, I was. If you know anything about Boston and the Boston Irish, which is what I am, you know, we were raised strict Catholic. So no, it didn't at all. It didn't really combine. I kind of separated them, I guess. But I do believe in the paranormal. I do believe that there is some spirits that are contained that don't pass over and they just kind of hang out. I do believe in that.
Gotcha. I get some other tweets here coming live right now. Yeah.
Hey.
Chris Hadley at Film Writer 4 says, "Welcome back, Jen. Can't wait to see Demonic Attachment."
Thank you, Chris.
Honky Tonk Buffalo says, "Demonic." This is all caps, by the way. He's very excited. Demonic Attachment is freaking amazing, crazy, suspenseful, and scary. Oh, he's already seen it. Nice.
Yes, he was an Indiegogo contributor, so he's already gotten to see the film.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, Glenn's the man.
I want to see it.
I'll send you the link.
Oh my god, please do. Oh my god, I'll be watching that tomorrow.
We should have got a screener copy. Damn it, I should have asked for that beforehand. Oh well.
I'll send it to you guys.
All right, good.
How about we also do this? The next 5 people that tweet Demonic Attachment, I will send them the link and they can watch it.
Ooh,
okay.
Get on it, guys.
That's awesome. What's the give out the exact Twitter?
Do hashtag Demonic Attachment.
Okay.
And you could do it to Super Geeked Up. You could do it to @Jennifer Nangle. I'll figure it. I'll find you guys.
So yeah, do hashtag Demonic Attachment.
Yeah.
All right, go. Ready, go right now.
Go.
Cool. By the way, quick sidebar. Lots of so Brad Chapman says, "My 1000th tweet was about Ninja Turtles and boobs," and here is that tweet. It said, "My 8-year-old self wants turtles. My 32-year-old self wants boobs." That sounds like a right
dilemma. And now you get both.
So there, yeah, wow, you made both himself happy, his child self and his adult self.
I'm really happy that I can do that for you, my friend.
And then
really am very happy.
the Crodius says, back when this conversation was happening, "Jeff is blushing. You gotta love it." Yep.
Jeff.
And he also says you can almost hear the podcast listeners scrambling to find the video.
Are they talking about the porn?
No, he's talking about when you're talking about your boobs. If they're listening to the podcast, they're going to be scrambling to say watch the video version of this.
All right, I was like, wait, are we talking about the Harlequin
No, we're not on that.
Ivy porn? Because I don't want to be sent that. I can look that up.
No, you're good. All right, anyway, Jen. So now you've been getting in some cool festivals, right? And you said you were just recently also up for Best Actress, right?
Yeah, I was nominated for Best Actress.
That is incredible.
What festival was that in?
That was the Independent Horror Film Awards.
Nice.
I'm so unorganized right now. I can look it up. But yeah, I believe it was the Independent Horror Film Awards. Yes. Yeah. It was pretty awesome. It was just me and this other woman, and I watched the other woman's trailer, and she did all right. She did all right. So I don't mind losing to her.
Cool.
Was she average looking? Did they just want to throw a dog a bone?
No, I gotta be honest with you. Like she was a little bit more mature than I am, but she did an excellent job from the trailer that I saw. She didn't say a single word, and I could see everything, and it was shot beautifully too, absolutely stunningly. So definitely thumbs up for her. Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Give thumbs up to you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. In my opinion, you're still the winner.
Aw, you're just biased.
Because you're willing to die for your faith.
Exactly.
That's the true winner. When you're willing to die for your faith.
I will die for you.
I won't die for my
faith. To deal with Jason.
So the film is making the festival rounds, so you can't see it online yet, folks. However, if you're one of those 5 people, you will get to see it, which is very exciting.
Yes.
Thank you, Jen.
I'll for sure send you the links. Yeah.
We get to see it because we're special.
Oh yes.
So where can people go find out more about the film and about you and follow you and all that stuff?
Sure. If you want to find out more about the film, go to demonicattachment.com. We're on Facebook.com/Demonic Attachment. You can follow us on Twitter and keep up with all of our fantastic news, which is at demonic_attach. Yeah, that's all we got.
Cool.
Oh, we're on
Can you-
Instagram too. If you want to go to Instagram, it's at demonic_attachment.
Nice. And you're at Jennifer_Nangles, is that right?
Yeah, that's me. Yep.
Okay. A lot of underscores going on. It's good.
I like underscores. I like to hyphenate and separate, so.
Hyphenate and separate.
Hey.
Talking about sex.
Oh, hey.
I don't even know what that meant, but
Awesome. So, yes, please go follow, check out all Jen's stuff. She's awesome. All right, it is time for our Geek Tweet of the Week.
Yay!
All right, this is a question we like to send out on Facebook and Twitter. We get your guys' answers, and we share ours. And if you're watching live, of course, please share your answers right now at @SuperGeekedUp, #SGU. Tonight's question is, once again, inspired by Jen and her growing up and her film. What's the scariest thing you've ever done or place you've ever been? I feel like Jen's kind of already answered this question, but like, is there anything scarier than growing up in an actual house that's haunted?
I think one of the scariest things that have happened to me was I was on an airplane that had to make an emergency landing.
Oh.
And as soon as we made that emergency landing, there was like a whole bunch of smoke and stuff. But what made it like absolutely worse, like the worst part of it all, was there was a woman that was sitting in front of me and she started to freak out because she thought we were going down. She was like, my kids, oh my God. She started crying and like praying out loud, and I think it just freaked us all out. So it was pretty intense.
Now, wait, did you land on an actual airport, or you had to land somewhere? No, not an airport.
No, we went back to the airport, but we like kind of got more into the field area than the airport.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
oh wow.
This is in Niagara Falls, New York, when that happened. Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
scary.
It was intense. Yeah. So I definitely have a fear of flying, even though I gotta do it, but.
I love flying.
No,
I
I'm quite
literally-
jealous.
I love flying. Like, it's one of my favorite things in the whole world to do. I love it. I used to live in Hawaii, so I used to
Oh,
fly
wow. Fly
Yeah.
everywhere, yeah.
12-hour flights, like,
Yeah.
nonstop, and I loved it. When there was turbulence, I'm like, roller coaster!
Oh, boy.
No,
Hate me
thank
on
you.
planes.
No.
People hate me. I'm like, wee! And they're
Yeah.
like, get out of here! People are crying, and I'm like, yeah! But
All right, George. So, what is the scariest thing you've ever done or place you've ever been?
So I can't really say the actual scariest thing because it doesn't involve just me, and I don't think like they would ever want me to talk about this.
And do not.
And I wouldn't necessarily like say that this is my scariest experience, even just in general. I really wasn't scared by this experience, but I told Jen about this earlier, and it just kind of correlates with what she's saying. So I was in Salem, Massachusetts a few years back, and I've been there a few times. I love Salem, and I was with my my mom, my brother, and my ex-boyfriend at the time, and we went to like this tavern. And we were talking to like the owner or whatever, and they were telling us like it's haunted and blah blah blah. And actually, so like a little background story on this tavern was the tavern was actually built on a cemetery, on a burial ground, and there was a bunch of like bodies and coffins that were never found. Like they dug up most of it, but some of it was never found. So it was kind of crazy. So I like some years later, and this wasn't like recently, like it was probably like in the 1920s, a really bad storm came in, and 2 coffins, like the rocks, like the bricks, or they didn't use bricks, they actually had like rocks, like as they slid through right into like the tavern, and it was like a little girl, and like what they're assuming was her mom.
Yikes.
So during the storm, they slid in, and these were 2 bodies that were missing, and I think like there's some sort of horrible story that goes along with those 2 bodies, like that they were missing. So basically we're there and we're talking, and they told us that upstairs, which is completely like sectioned off, like you can't go up there, they actually allowed us to go up there, and basically the story was if you walk up to the stairs, walk down 3 steps, and then walk up 1, you'll see something. They didn't tell us what we'll see. They didn't tell us anything about it. So my mom does it. She doesn't see anything. My brother does it. Doesn't see anything. Me and my boyfriend were holding hands, and we did it. And at the exact same moment, like you couldn't make this up, we both turned, like at the exact same time. And we both saw a little girl in a white dress with blonde hair run by.
Oh my God.
Like we both did that. So the owner asked us what we saw, and we told him. And he's like, that's what people say that they see. And the little girl was buried in a white dress.
Wow.
So they didn't tell us anything, like they didn't tell us it was a little girl. They didn't tell us how she'd be dressed. And we both said at the same time exactly what we saw. Like we didn't say it even apart. We both said exactly at the same time what we saw. So that I wouldn't really consider that scary. I thought it was just crazy and cool. It's
spooky though, yeah.
It was definitely spooky because like there was no denying. Like it wasn't even like she didn't even like look see-through. That was like the scariest thing. Like I really would have thought that it was a live little girl.
Wow.
Until she disappeared into thin air.
I wonder what the whole like steps things are. Like 3 steps up, 2 steps back. Like I wonder what that has to do with it. You know?
They couldn't like they weren't. So he was like the second owners. Like I think shortly after like all these like experiences started happening. Yeah. Because there was all these problems with construction. So eventually like the owners just like sold it. I think it actually turned hands like a few times before the current owner had it.
Yeah, usually it does.
He couldn't tell you actually why or like even how that came about, how somebody discovered that
little like
how you saw the little girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he couldn't tell us. Like honestly, he just knew like from other people, like the previous owners, that was a way to see the little girl.
That's really crazy.
He's like, but really sometimes crazy. You'll see like the mom like sitting in a chair, like there was definitely other like it wasn't just that, like it wasn't like that was the only way to see her. It just seemed to be like almost like a trigger, I guess. Yeah. But they couldn't tell us why. Yeah.
Spooky.
It was really crazy to see that.
It's a good story.
And on that same trip, I remember we went on like a walk, and there was like this like insane asylum that had been abandoned for years. And I remember like staying behind. I don't even remember why. Like I think like I needed a break. Like it was just like getting overwhelming. And I remember like walking up to like where it was chained off, and all of a sudden like a light flickered on. And like there was no way into this. Like it was completely sectioned off. And I saw like a man put his hand like up against the window and just stare at me. And my boyfriend swears he never saw this light. He never saw the face. But like my mom starts walking back. She goes, "Did you just see that?" She's like, "There was somebody there." And he never saw it. Like, and we were both looking at it at the same time, but me and her both saw it.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Really crazy.
All right, let me share some tweets here. So Chris Hadley says, scariest place I've ever been, the Haunted Mansion at Disney World. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Chris also says, everyone who watches tweets SGU is a winner. Yes, I agree, Chris.
They are.
Marcia McHale at the Always Geeky says, scariest place, Knickerbocker Mansion in Big Bear as a kid. Not haunted, but little kids told me it was. I was 5 or 6. Okay, I can see that being very scary. Necrodia says Jordan wins the Creep Factor Story Award. There you go.
Don't I win everything?
Chris Halley says, whoa, that is scary about your story. So mine's not really scary, but it's actually a haunted house I was in, because I actually, not like a attraction haunted house, not like Jen grew up in, not that kind of real house. I love going to like actual, attraction haunted houses. And I've been a lot. This is the best one I've ever been to. It's called the Ghostly Manor Thrill Center. So it's in Sandusky, Ohio, which is a small town in Ohio. But you may know that town because Cedar Point is there, which is one of the best amusement parks in the entire world. It's probably the greatest roller coaster you're ever going to ride in the Cedar Point. And it's in the same town. And so I went to Cedar Point, and I just stumbled across this thing. And it's in this like roller skating rink and all these other things you can do in there. But they have this. It's actually been rated, like, I think it's one of the top 10 or something in the whole country. But it was the only haunted house I actually got really freaked out inside. Like, there was a point where first off, there was four of us, and me and my one friend we were actually arguing about who was going to go first because it was that scary. Like we were taking turns.
Oh
I
wow.
would
And
Throw me in.
there's one point where you turn a corner and there's all these body bags hanging in front of you, and you can't see anything. There's so many through them, right? And I actually stopped and said, like, I was actually looking for like an exit. I was like, oh fuck, no, we don't need to go through that, do we? And like I was like, oh shit, no, we do actually. Like I actually did not want to go through that. It was, and then as you start moving through it, like you can't see anything. And then I felt like somebody brushed along my arm or something. It was probably one of the people working there. But like, I think this was amazing because it was the most effective haunted house where I actually felt like I was in a horror movie. Like I've never felt that much in a haunted house before. Like I just give these guys huge props. They've done such amazing production design on this thing, and like it's amazing. Like if you are there, like if you're going to Cedar Point or you happen to be in Sandusky, Ohio, like go to this thing, the Ghostly Mental Thrill Center. It is well worth the money. It's amazing.
Have you done the Sleepy Hollow?
No,
Horseman?
I've always wanted to.
So I did it last year, and I have an affinity for fear. I absolutely love horror movies. It's my favorite genre. I love haunted houses. I love everything to do about it. Like I just think it's amazing. I love the research about it. And I went there last year, and I actually almost got kicked out. I'll tell you about that later.
Oh, you told me this story. Yeah, you're a hooligan.
So I really am. So it's actually just an incredible, and I think it's like rated now in the top 10 in the United States to go on. And it's so crazy because it's in the middle of nowhere. It literally is in the middle of nowhere, and you're driving through like woods, and all of a sudden like you see like a real convent, like an old stone building convent, and there's like monasteries, and it's like really like these aren't fake, like they really are just out there like in the middle of nowhere, and you're like how is this a thing? Like I've never known about this being here, and it's probably so it's like it's an hour and a half away from Albany, New York, and I live right outside Albany, New York. And so me and my best friend Randy, we're driving there, and like it's getting creepy, and finally we get to like this clearing out of the woods, and we park, and you basically go into an actual like built town. They built this like little town, very Salem style, very old fashioned. It's just absolutely incredible. And then it starts off, so you go onto a hayride, and there's like your host, like this demon host, and you're going through the woods, like, and it's scary. I mean, not for me because I loved it and I was laughing, which people were getting really angry at me. I actually was told to shut up. So yeah, no, I couldn't even make that up. So we're going through all of a sudden, like, there's like these real buildings that are like all of a sudden on fire. And there's people jumping from the trees down.
What?
And there's like people flying all over the place, and like witches having fights where they're like literally throwing fireballs at each other. Like it's insane. And there are people that are all of a sudden being hung, like people are fucking being hung, and it's crazy. And finally you get to a clearing, like as you're going through this, and like people were literally throwing up, like they were that scared.
Oh my god.
It's really fucking elaborate. So we get to this clearing, and out of nowhere, this huge black horse is suddenly there. Like, I couldn't honestly tell you where this fucking black horse came from, with the headless horseman, with his fucking sword, and he's fucking, like, flailing it and, like, taking it up to people's, like, necks. And so, like, you're trying to get away from him, and then all of a sudden you get to the Sleepy Hollow Bridge, and you get in there, and all of a sudden, like, it goes up, like, the bridge goes up, so, like, you're trapped inside, and everything goes black. And next, you know, there's, like, trees, like, or, like, branches and stuff that come out, and they're grabbing people, and there's, like, this, like, compartment that all of a sudden comes down, and the fucking horse comes in and, like, goes up on its, like, back legs. And then you, like, charge through into this actual town. So, again, there's another town, and there's 10 actual attractions you have to get through, or you can't get out.
Wow.
That sounds awesome.
That really sounds awesome,
yeah. It's incredible. The first one's a motel, and it's a real motel that you have to get through. And then there's a diner. And then there's a hospital that you have to get through. And I mean, like, they really built it to be these buildings. And there's people jumping from the rafters, like, coming out at you. It's like insane. And then there's like a mystical thing like where you have to go through, and all of a sudden the walls close in on you, and it's like you have to like squeeze your body through while you can feel through like this thing, like this material, like hands are like scraping against you as you're trying to slide through. And as you get there, all of a sudden there's like this mermaid pit where all of a sudden like this huge fountain, like a mermaid comes up, but it's like all demonic. And it's like insane. And then there's another part where like a snake jumps down, and this is where like I really started pissing people off, because a snake jumped down at me and like went like whole body painted like crazy. And he like kind of spit in my face when he did that, and I was like, sir, you just spit in my face. Do you have herpes? Do I now have herpes?
Come on.
And I started chasing him. By the way, grown men are puking. People are screaming, and I'm laughing. My friend Randy was like, stop it. Just stop. And then a woman comes up to me with like this chopping knife like up to my throat, and I was like, I love your glasses. Where did you get them? Lens Crafters? Did you go to Left Concert?
Way to go to ruin it for everybody else.
Alright, I can spoil the rest of it, but there is a field, and there's a clown that will chase you, so good luck.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. Well, Sleepy Hollow obviously has awesome history too, with a goodbye queen and everything. So that sounds amazing. I gotta go. All right, let me share some other Facebook tweet things here. So Scorpion Luna a couple days ago on Facebook said, "Scariest thing I'd ever done is play Dragon Age Origins as a warrior, since I've always played magic users and that type of game. Risk wasting weeks of my life. An experiment didn't work out, and I had to start over. If that experiment didn't work out. All right, I can understand that, sir. Dragon Age Origins is an awesome game. I can understand switching classes. That's tough. Hope it did work out. All right, let's see. On Twitter, Huggy Dog Buffalo said the scariest thing he's ever did was ziplining down Fremont Street in Las Vegas, 70 feet up, adrenaline rush like you wouldn't believe.
I want to do that so
Sounds
bad.
Awesome. He also says, Sandusky, Jeff, I've been to that haunted house. Haha, it was freaking awesome. All right, good. I'm glad somebody else knows what I'm talking about. It is amazing. Great. All right, cool.
I love this. Wait, I gotta say a tweet. So Necrodia says, them giant body painted snakes, people always giving people the herps. I didn't get the herps. I'm still clean, just so everybody knows.
All right, Chris Hadley says, speaking... I don't know where to go with that. I'm going to go to this tweet. Chris Hadley says, speaking of Sleepy Hollow, anyone watch it? I watched half of the first season, and then I kind of got it.
I'm the same way. Half the first.
I haven't. I watched Salem.
I tried to keep getting, and again, I just I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. There's our geek tweet. Let's go to geekiest news of the week. And all right, here we go. So we got some cool news up here. So first news is, so the Justice League movies, they're going to be coming after Superman v. Batman. We're going to get 2 Justice League movies. I'm very excited about this. I've been waiting a long time for Justice League movies to come out. So they've casted Commissioner Gordon in it, and I'm very excited because it's being played by J.K. Simmons, who I think is an awesome actor. If you've watched the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, you saw him as, of course, J. Jonah Jameson. And I could not imagine a better portrayal of that character than he did in that movie. Like those movies, he was just remarkable. So I'm excited. I think he's a good choice for Commissioner Gordon. I think he's gonna be good. You guys have any thoughts?
I think he's a really talented actor, so I'm really excited to see how he is with that role.
Oh yeah, I think whatever he does is pretty amazing. So.
Agreed.
Absolutely. Not as amazing as Jen Nangle, but
Well,
No, and not nearly as hot.
Oh.
But then again, he might live, so.
You will get to see him and Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck and Gal Gadot in Justice League. In part 1 opens on November 17th, 2017, and part 2 June 14th, 2019. Oh, that's actually cool. So next year already, we're gonna get to see part 1. Fantastic. Cool. All right. Hey, other superhero news, but we're going over to Marvel now, right, Jordan?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you. What's the next news?
Oh, geez. So with Marvel, the Venom movie is actually being, I don't even know how to say this, like made.
Well, it's back. It looks like it's back on track for actually being made. It was planned for a while. It looks like they were not going to do it. Now it seems like they are going to put it back in production. I'm super excited because it's being written by Dante Harper, who wrote Edge of Tomorrow. Edge of Tomorrow I love that film. It was my favorite movie from a couple of years ago. So well written, such a good sci-fi movie. So the fact that he's writing it actually gives me high hopes for Venom. And actually, like when I was reading Spider-Man growing up, Venom was like he had become like the main Spider-Man villain. So Venom's a character I know well, and I would think that.
I feel like he's also like one of Marvel's top villains as well, and I'm really excited to have him. I'm happy to see that be reprised instead of not only just being like a small feature in Spider-Man, but actually having its own dedication. I think that's really awesome.
Yeah, and the Hollywood Reporter article said, I think supposedly they're going to try to make it its own like franchise, I guess, not just like a Spider-Man spin-off thing, but its own thing.
Yes, sir.
And so in a weird bit of news, but we've actually, like probably several months ago, actually, we first talked about this on this show. The whole idea of a 23 Jump Street Men in Black crossover is still in the works at Sony. Why you might ask, I don't know, but why not? So they're talking to Muppets director James Bobbin about possibly directing this movie. I don't know what to think about this. I mean, 21 Jump Street, I actually love that movie. I thought it was one of the funniest movies I'd seen in a long time.
I couldn't even get through it, I'm going to be honest.
Oh my god, really?
I don't know why.
So good.
When I was watching it, I just couldn't. I mean, there were circumstances around me watching it, I guess, that maybe didn't help. But, take that as you will. I just couldn't really get into it. And I really loved Channing Tatum, but and Jonah Hill, I think he's funny, but maybe I'll try to watch it alone and that'll help, but
all right.
I don't know.
It's fine. Yeah, you don't have to watch it. It's fine.
Well, thanks, Jeff.
Bringing up all those memories.
What?
Bringing up all those great memories.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think about this? Are you?
I'm not a Channing Tatum or Jonah Hill fan, so.
Oh man! Oh, look at that! Wow.
Is it because he rivals your sexiness, like
Yeah.
Channing Tatum?
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Because he is so yummy. I'd love to lick his abs.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm over his competition.
I thought you said his ass.
I said lick his abs. Abs.
Probably want to lick his ass too.
I don't really want to lick anyone's ass. I've never just looked at an ass and be like, I want to lick it. Like.
Really? No? All right, fine.
No, I mean.
Not even Poison Ivy?
No, asses and being licked just isn't like a thing for me. Maybe her cleavage, like her boobs, I'd lick her boobs. I definitely would.
Good God.
They're just great. I just want to stick my face in there and be like,
I still need a cold shower after this show.
You're like, I'm right now. Jeff is just like, shit. She's now my official co-host.
I know. I was like, I made the biggest mistake of my life.
Jeff, you gotta do this every week, man. Good luck. Cold shower every Wednesday.
Every week. I
gotta start taking a preemptive cold shower before.
Cold shower before and after.
After, yeah.
It's so funny because
maybe even the middle. Actually, I'll just be like, all right, I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Commercial break.
Commercial break.
Shower.
Yep.
Jordan puts on her Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle footsie pajamas. I mean, that's you. Okay, you should have known from when you met me, Jeff.
Oh no, it just doesn't surprise me at all. Absolutely not. Yeah, it's all good.
It's gonna keep getting worse. The more comfortable that I get on the show, the worse that it's gonna become. Like this is only my third week in a row being on here, so it's really just.
That's very disturbing how far it's escalated already. You're right.
It really came inappropriate right here.
Yeah. So on Twitter, nothing to do with what we're talking about, but why not? Chris Hadley says, it's Isaac Oscar's birthday day. He played Poe Dameron in The Force Awakens. Happy birthday, sir.
Oh, happy birthday, Poe.
What is that, like the police? You're like, oh, the Popo.
I mean, Popo does refer to the police. I have a friend that's a Popo, and I'm like, how's it in the day of a life of a Popos? And he's like, it's okay. I'm like, the Popos. I'm just obnoxious human being. I don't know. I talk to a lot of people like a child. Popos. What's that name, the Popos? I liked him in that movie. He also can call me anytime.
Oh, hey.
So, on Twitter, of course.
We're just going to go right over that.
We're just going right to Twitter.
Of course, this brought up a bunch of tweets. The Crodius, hey, to be fair, Jeff, I heard ass too. Okay, good. It's not just me. The Proteus also says, vote who wants to lick Poison Ivy's boobs, LOL.
Maybe it was a Freudian slip. I don't know.
At Scorpio Moon says, now they're talking ass to mouth on SGU.
This SGU episode is brought to you by Ass to Mouth.
Oh, that's terrible. All right. Alexander Martin says, Jeff was catering to a specific demographic, me, with my licking ass comment, I guess. That's funny, man. That's good. That's a good tweet. Oh boy! All right, and there's some other ones. I don't. That's crazy. All right.
I'll read them.
Yeah. Go for it.
Wait, I gotta get there.
Oh, good. You don't even know what they are.
But I will in 30 seconds or less.
Well,
in like a Domino's pizza.
The Crodius says, time to change the name of the show to Super Boobed Up.
I love it.
Oh, he was actually also earlier. I forgot. He was asking to see my cleavage. Well, sir, I will. I'll send you some. I'll send you some pictures just to you later.
Some private pics.
Yeah.
You're gonna make Mark really mad.
Jen
Jeff.
already has them. She enjoyed them very much.
You're gonna. Thank God Mark isn't on here to see you cheating on him like this.
No, well, that's why I do it when he's gone.
Just wait, Jeff. Just think about this. I'm this bad, and Mark isn't on here right now.
Yes.
Just wait till me and him get together again. I don't even know. We're gonna break the internet.
Yeah, you probably will. All right, then the last bit of geeky news. Speaking of Popo Darum, that's what I'm gonna like calling from now on.
Popo Darum.
Right. If I ever meet him, I'll be like, "What's up, Popo?" And he's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Hopefully, I'll be next to you when this happens, because I'll come over screaming, "Popo!"
Oh my God! Great.
So, our next bit of news is on Thursday, Disney and StarWars.com announced that the Force Awakens will actually be released. The digital HD download will be available April 1st, April Fool's Day, and it's not a joke, people. We don't fuck around with this.
No, we don't fuck around with Star Wars.
No, it ain't fucking joking. No, Mama don't play. And on April 5th, the DVD and Blu-ray combo will also be released. And I am so excited because I'll be right there. I watched that 4 times in theaters, so I'm all about that life.
Are you going to do digital or Blu-ray or DVD? What are you going to do?
I'm probably going to do the combo that's like that has
Blu-ray,
all 3.
DVD. Yeah.
So I can watch it on my iPad when I'm traveling or on my Blu-ray.
That's smart.
It'll be a thing.
It's
or on my laptop.
Interesting that they're doing the digital a few days before. That's probably going to be more and more common, though, I would say.
Probably.
All right.
Likely.
There you go. So mark your calendars, folks. Less than a month, actually, then.
April 5th, bitches!
And April 1st if you want digital. All right, so there we go. There's our geeky news. We got one more thing to do. We're going to do superhero tweets, and we're going to do them about Donald Trump. That's right. Something you probably never thought we'd talk about on Super Geeked Up, but we are. So we're going to take one last commercial break. If you're watching the recorded version or listening to the podcast, we'll see you back right after this.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Super Geeked Up!
All right, there you go. Yes, welcome back. I'm Jeff. I'm joined by my zany co-host Jordan, and we have Jen Nangle from Demonic Attachment with us. Thank you for watching, listening. Brad Chapman, by the way, just tweeted. If you were watching before the commercial and you saw the nonsense that was happening, he says everything starts going R. SGU pushes NC-17. Jordan, here, you're totally right. We were pretty good at R. Now we're going.
No, I took that from just like, kind of like PG-13, like parental guidance suggested, but now it's just like fuck that.
That's a hard R.
R-rated.
All right, here we go. Let's do superhero tweets. We haven't done this in a while on the show. This is where we come up with a topic or question, and we decide what we think fictional characters would tweet about this particular question. So, for one of the first times in my life, I've been actually watching a lot of news things with politics, which I never fucking follow politics. I just don't give a shit usually. But Donald Trump is so fucking ridiculous, and the things that are going on. Like I'm actually paying attention, mainly because I'm hoping that anybody gets it besides him the nomination. But what I think is I want to see what would fictional characters tweet about Donald Trump. What would they think about Donald Trump? That's what I want to do. All right. So, and if you're watching on Twitter, I would love to hear your responses. So I'm going to give you all 3 characters right now, folks, on Twitter, so you can start thinking about them and start tweeting them in to @SuperGeekedUp, #SGU. So we got Batman, Deadpool, and the Hulk. What would each of those characters tweet about Donald Trump. I'm going to send this out right now also on Twitter. But let's start with Batman. What, Jordan, do you have anything? Do you have anything that you think he would tweet about Donald Trump?
I'm raising my hand.
Oh, all right, yes. I'm calling on you then.
I feel like, so Gotham is supposed to basically be like a representation of New York City, but obviously in the DC world. So I personally think Batman would just basically kind of like see him almost kind of like the Penguin. Because the Penguin is absolutely ridiculous. So like in my imagination, that's how he would see him and just be like, Gotham, there's only room for one of us. And like, you know, go on a tangent and be like, I'm coming for you. That's basically it.
All right, that's good. I could see him seeing Trump as like a ridiculous supervillain. Not supervillain, but just a ridiculous villain.
Like the Penguin.
So I have for Batman, I'm going to put $1 billion into Hillary's campaign to make sure she wins. She likes guys in masks who like to growl and brood. Hashtag Trump isn't the president this country needs or deserves.
That's some legit shit right there. You fucking really thought that out.
I did. It was way more than 140 characters, but as fans, though, I do that all the time on this game.
You did 2 of them.
I did. I did 2 tweets in a row.
Jen, what do you think?
God, I have no idea.
I think Hillary would enjoy getting with Bruce Wayne and Batman, though. So I think that could work out. I'm just saying.
I could see that definitely.
Yeah. All right, nothing for Batman for you. Right.
I don't know.
All right, so let's see. Let's move on to tweet us in, folks. I want to hear your what is this? I don't know what's happening on Twitter. Everybody's talking about boobs and poison ivy. It's going crazy.
Look what I started.
All right. Let's go on to Deadpool. So, Deadpool about Donald Trump. Here's what I think Deadpool would tweet. Man, if insulting people and talking about the size of your penis is what it takes to become president, I'll win in a landslide. Because that's what he does. That's what Deadpool does all the time. Like, seriously. I would like to see Deadpool debate Donald Trump, actually. That's what I would love to see in a debate.
That'd be hysterical.
That would be.
I don't know.
I bet he'd say, you're fired. And he would fire him.
That's what Deadpool would say?
Yes.
Yeah. Jordan, as you chomp on your pizza, do you have anything for Deadpool?
Pizza wins.
All right, she's got nothing. She's just going to eat her, looks like a vegetarian-style pizza.
That looks delicious.
That's great. Want some?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, by the way, so Necrodia said on Twitter, tonight's SGU is brought to you by the boobs, the F word, and poison ivy.
And asses to mouth.
I wish you would stop saying that. Brad says Batman would never support Hillary. Well, I could see where you're going. Maybe that Batman you think maybe is a more conservative-leaning guy, but I don't think he would. I think he would think Trump as a villain, like Jordan says. I don't think he could go with Trump.
Bernie Sanders.
I don't think Batman's going. I think he's going Hillary more than Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders.
Oh, speaking of that, Crody says, "What? No love for Bernie?" No, Bernie Sanders is cool. I like Bernie.
I have a love for Bernie.
All right, good for you. I hope he doesn't see the show, though. I think looking at your cleavage, he might, have like a heart attack or something.
Might not make it.
We probably should at the start of this show now, basically put like a warning. Like if you have any problems with your heart, like almost like a roller coaster.
Yeah. Like women who are pregnant. I don't know why that really would apply here at all, but. All right, so the Hulk is the last character about tweeting about Donald Trump. Either of you guys got any thoughts on the Hulk?
Hulk smash.
Ooh. Touche.
That's it? All right, that's good. Well, no, you're right.
Nothing else that needs to be said.
No, well, yes, I agree. I think Hulk would say, Hulk get diploma from Trump University. Hulk now real smart. Hulk becomes successful businessman like Trump. Hulk's hands much larger than Trump.
Hulk smash.
If you watched the debate recently, you'll know what that's about. Okay. Yes, and Hulk smash. Very good. All right. So if you have any other thoughts of those folks, please send them in to Twitter. All right. Ooh, we got to figure out later on, I guess, who got the 5 free things too, right? Who got demonic attachment? Who was the first 5? We'll figure that out later.
I saw a couple of them, so I'll follow up for
All
sure.
right, cool. Good. There you go. Congrats, whoever those people were.
One of them was Anthony, I saw, so.
All right, there you go, Anthony. Yeah, good.
Hey!
Cool. All right, hey, that's pretty much going to wrap us up for tonight. So before we go, though, Jen, once again, why don't you tell people where they can check out Demonic Attachment and follow you and all that good stuff?
Sure. You can go to demonicattachment.com, Facebook /demonic attachment. Follow us on Twitter at demonic_attach, or on Instagram .com /demonic_attachment. Or you could follow me, jennifernangle.com, or facebook.com /Jennifer Nangle, or on Twitter at Jennifer_Nangle. All I can see is Jordan's boobs.
That's really all you need to see in life. You're welcome.
I thought that was a new website you were giving out. All I can see is jordansboobs.com.
Oh my god! Somebody is going to probably make a website now just like all of Jordan's boobs.
Yeah, great. That'll be just different shots of your boobs.
I mean, I'm about that life. I would follow it. I'd look at it all the time. Like, yeah!
You would look at a site of your own boobs all the time.
Why not?
Dude, are you talking about Tony Stark being arrogant?
I never said that I wasn't arrogant.
Okay, all right. Fair enough.
I just said that's not my type. There can only be one in the relationship.
I gotcha. Makes sense. All right. Well, huge thanks to Jen. Thank you so much for being on. You're always super fun.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, of course, all you guys. If you're watching live and you tweeted in, we really appreciate it. We love reading your tweets. And or if you're watching in post or you're listening to the podcast, of course, we love it. Speaking of podcasts, you can check us out on podcasts at blogtalkradio.com/League of Geeks. That is a network of geeky shows. It's us and 2 other awesome shows, Genretainment and SFP Now. So you can check all those out. And please subscribe to us on YouTube if you haven't already. YouTube.com/SuperGeeked Up. Hopefully it's a YouTube channel you're watching right this minute. And we would definitely appreciate that. And yeah, we will see you, of course, next week, Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific.
And you guys know where to follow me.
Oh, yeah, shit. Sorry, Jordan.
JordansBoobs.com.
Yeah, JordansBoobs.com. Well, hey, you're official co-host now, so as official co-host, we don't always do that stuff. We don't get as much glamour. So, but it's Jordan XX Noel on Twitter, correct?
What? Yes.
Yeah, which, by the way, always to me sounds like you're running some kind of XXX like porn site.
XXX.
Which is
It's X and X.
Oh boy! All right. And I think search for Jordan Noel on fan page or something like that on Facebook.
Yeah, it's Jordan Noel fan page at Facebook. Also, I don't know if anybody actually has Snapchat, and I haven't actually released this before, but if anybody actually does want to follow me on Snapchat, because my Snapchats are hilarious, I'm really all about that like face swap life right now. So if you want to have nightmares for weeks, you can actually follow me, or you can add me. It's Princess Prep 495, which, trust me, I know that that's a terrible name. It kind of just automatically signed up like my email when that first started, and that was like my old like.
All right. They don't care. They just want to follow you.
You care.
By the way, she already disturbed me, folks, with her freaking face swapping thing before the show started.
Please,
awesome.
Go on Twitter and please look at that. You will have nightmares for weeks. I did it with a Wendy's cup, and I did it with my smiley face cup called Barnaby.
Yeah, don't look at it. You're not gonna want to see that at all.
If you want to see me in Barnaby,
yeah, it's almost as gross as I find Jordan's boobs.
Which means not at all, and it's absolutely amazing. So please go check it out. Jen, this was amazing having you on the show this week. I'm going to follow your life because I think we're now best friends.
Yes.
Which means she's going to stalk you, actually, now. Be outside your window.
I will die for you, so...
See, that's love, Jeff. She'll die with me. She's so hot that she's going to take one for the team.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm fucking pushing both of you down and running away.
Yeah, but like...
Screw both of you guys.
Wow.
The nerdy guy always dies, like, second. I'm sorry. It's always... Okay, so it's always... And, like, no offense to anybody out there.
It's beautiful girl, then nerdy guy. Is that what you're saying the order is?
Actually, no. Actually,
no, wait. First it's black guy.
Right? I was gonna say that. It's always the African American man, and then it goes the virgin slash nerdy guy, and then it goes the hot girl, because they don't want to get rid of the hot girl too fast, because there's always a sex scene where you really get to see her tits, like Paris Hilton and The House of Wax, remember?
Yeah.
She had,
No,
like,
I don't because I'm not going to watch that, but okay. Yeah.
Whatever, well, spoiler alert.
She dies a
tits are
great
out.
death.
Oh
Absolutely.
my god, so gross. And her black lover, wasn't he black? They killed him off pretty fast, too. But I think they killed him first.
Wish they would kill her off right away.
I mean, I really love in like the Friday the 13th movies, like when they're having sex in the tent, and like you just see her tits hitting herself in the face, and then all of a sudden they like cut her in half.
You're doing the motion
She's
of like
doing
how
it with it.
I know she's like can't just talk about it. She's actually pretending to have sex. Anyway, what do you like?
Cup.
What did you like? You say you see her tits bouncing up and down? Is that what you just?
Yeah, it's like hitting her face. She's like,
Wait, who?
and then,
Paris
like,
Hilton?
No, like anybody in Friday the 13th.
Oh, because her boobs
like,
aren't big enough for hitting herself in the face.
No, but in Friday the. Listen.
All right. I didn't know you. All right, go ahead. I was too distracted by you doing this. I'm like, what is she doing? What's happening?
So like, the girl's like on top, and she's just like.
Yeah, well, I'm not complaining about that.
I need my stormtrooper. Good job, friend. Thanks for being my dummy. So she's like, the hot girl's on top, like in Friday the 13th movie, and then Jason comes, like, splits her in two with his fucking machete.
The boobs are... Oh, wait, how big are these fucking boobs that they're smacking herself in the face?
They're usually pretty great.
Like, are there also spiders on them slapping herself with the spider?
Oh, my God.
That's only in Jordan porn world, I guess.
You could have the specialty market on that, like slapping your boobs with spiders.
Oh, new genre of porn. All right, guys, we're still on air.
I know we are. Right. Well, how could we go there? We're talking about this amazing topic.
I'm just like.
This is why, folks. By the way, this is why you should not actually like stop watching the show when I start to say like we're wrapping it up. Don't stop watching. Like you should know by now. That's really usually not the end of the show.
Shawarma scene at the end of the first Avengers when they're all eating shawarma.
No, that actually was. Well, right. It's like that. You should stick around to watch that. You're saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's
Like
exactly.
it's not actually over. Like there's a following. Oh, I spilled my beverage.
You spilled your booze.
I did spill my booze.
What a terrible. All right. So.
This is a crime.
A crime.
It's illegal.
I don't even have that much Jack left.
By the way, Alexander Martin says, why the black guy dies sex scene, except House on Haunted Hill, accurate criticism of Paris Hilton.
Right! I need something to wipe up my spill.
Your boobs? I don't know. Oh no, your pillowcase, much better. So now you're going to sleep with the smell of alcohol permeating very nice to you.
I mean, I'm going to wash my sheets
Which is
before
probably
I go to
actually
sleep.
what you smell like normally, right? When you go to sleep.
It's actually, yes, I quite often go to sleep with the smell of booze emanating from myself.
I believe that.
Well, I mean, look what's on the side of my bed.
Carlos Ramirez.
Really an alcoholic.
Carlos Ramirez on Twitter. This is the first tweet I heard from him while we've been live. Says, "Holy shit, Batman! I have no idea what that's in reference to. It could be so many things on tonight's show. I mean, just take your pick. Well, I don't know what it's about, but all right. But thank you for watching, Carlos. You watch us every week, so I really appreciate it. All right. Have you remedied your booze spilling over there?
No, I'm just sitting in my own booze right now because I just love the smell of sitting in booze. I do. It's a common thing. I mean, I got drunk last Thursday and came home and was like full clothes on.
Brett Chapman on Twitter says that's fucking alcohol abuse. Spilling it, I mean.
I said that. I literally said that's alcohol abuse.
All
I
right,
let down.
Well, Necroti says, LOL, damn it, Jeff took my witty comment, cleaning booze with boobs. Okay. Because they sound alike. I get it.
But
yeah. All right. All right. There we go. Let's actually wrap it up for real this time. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Jen, of course, as always. Thank you, Jordan, for being the most inappropriate co-host ever.
You're welcome.
Can't wait. Every week now.
And at the future Comic-Cons, come see me.
Oh, boy, that's right. Oh, she's actually already done it at some Comic-Cons already, and then, yes, at future ones.
That is very true. Last summer, I spent almost the entire summer with you at all the Comic-Cons.
That is quite accurate, actually. Yes.
Except for San Diego. But don't worry, girl.
I invited
you.
You just got deathly ill, which was very sad.
I did. I got very sick. I actually had emergency surgery, and I was supposed to go.
She's okay, though, folks. That's all right. She's
I'm okay
good.
now.
Yeah.
It was actually on my liver. That's the funniest thing.
All right, cool. Well, this summer. There we go. We'll go now. All right, so thank you guys for watching.
This summer.
SuperGeekedUp.com.
Near you.
Yes.
Boobs.
All right. SuperGeekedUp.com is where you can watch all our other episodes and get geeky news and all that good stuff. And thank you for watching. We will see you next week. And until then, stay geeky, everybody. Thank you for watching.